Alright, I just wanted to make a note of this. This is the most insane price I've ever seen for Edison batteries. This is like impossibly priced. Alright, this is not realistic. Okay, so we click on this. This is the eBay listing. Okay, get this on here. Sorry, I got a lot of windows open, so I'm a really old computer. It's running hot. So, you can see in the very far corner here, some of the stamped serial numbers and stuff right here, and then right there. I can't. It's not legible to me. It's backwards and upside down. Or sorry, it's upside down to me. There's a lot of debris in the way, so yeah. Here's a cap. It's in really good shape. These are stored indoors, obviously. They got a they got the original cell connectors too, which is pretty cool. Now why this is not loading? Come on. There we go. We're looking through here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 1.2 volts a piece. So this is about as original as you're gonna get. They're in the original wood case, and they got the cell connectors. Now you can see right here, that's where you would hook on to right there and right there. Haven't seen that configuration before, but you see there you do you tap in your positive there, and then your negative on this side here. It looks like that wire is going, yeah, going up like that. You're negative, so powered something. So let's see. Now, they're short, so I don't think they're A4Hs. That's for sure. Not. So they're probably Bs, maybe B4Hs. So if you look right in on there, you can see there's a lot of carbon and potassium hydroxide salts build up in there, where it won't even close. It's typical. You can take that out, break it off with a scraper carefully. The metal use a lot of different. Be careful what you use, but you can scratch it out with a. What I used was a stainless steel tool, because I don't want to be using stuff that like a reactive metal like brass or something would probably be a reactive metal that would possibly shard and contaminate. So I use like a stainless steel rod. Came out okay, but you just want to be careful. But what he doesn't show is if there's any stickers or nameplates on the side. So how you would determine the age of something like this is all the information you have is 3 pictures. If you look at I think it's called the glans cap or the glans seal, they're octagons. The oldest ones look like petals. See, these are octagons. So these are the later versions, and then you can tell by the case too if it had extra ridges, like ruffles ridges, like the potato chip. The earlier ones had ridges, so some of them anyway. But now I used to know all the dates and stuff by heart, but I've been working so hard that my memory's become fragmented and like that, so it's a little hard to tell. So these are not the early ones. So by this date they worked the bugs out, more or less. So yeah, but the price is absolutely nuts. Okay, do not hit the buy it now button. No. And it's Anaheim, California. That's where my uncle lives, by the way. And I should tell him to get them. Not for that price. That's crazy. So from the seller, description: Thomas Edison storage battery, nickel iron, 6 cell. The battery is very old and I do not know much about it. I found it in my late father's shed. My pricing is flexible. Well, I should hope so. I have no idea how to ship something like this, so I'm only offering local pickup. If you wish to have it shipped, you have to have the shipping. Any information about this battery would be appreciated. Well, there you go. At least you watch some of my videos. Now, if they have the original potassium hydroxide, yeah, that's a problem to ship them because if they're any version but up, they can leak out. So yeah, it's better that the buyer go. If the buyer can afford them, they'll get a courier and pick them up and whatever. But yeah, shipping these are a real issue because they're not sealed, and if you to dump them and empty them, you can have a whole host of problems doing that because they're no longer protected by the potassium hydroxide electrolyte. So yeah, so I just thought I'd show these to you. That the prices are. This is the most insane price I've ever seen since I've been interested in this hobby. Obviously, you make an offer. Probably from generally I go about $100 a sell because you don't know what you're getting. So that'd be about $600 or so, depending. I mean that's 2023. Me sent it late April. Yeah, there's a date down there. Prices will fluctuate, and depending on what cell type they are. I mean, capacity is like so. I mean, it'll run a radio or a fan or something, but some lighting. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's basically a little over 6 volts or so. So yeah, I mean, but anyway, I just want to post this video up and let you see what I see in the nickel iron prices. Let me close this out. I'll mention some of this other stuff here. You got a battery oil bottle. Got a case. What else you got? Well, that just popped up. There's one of the old Edison fans. 6 volt DC. So yeah, this is 6 volts. That would run off the battery we just saw. No problem. It's about right. So this is not a good listing to me because it's been screwed with. You know, it's been opened up. This is something I'd stay away from. Anything like that, it's buggered. I mean, for a museum display or something, fine, but I really don't have any patience for people that want to bugger with these and open them up and stuff. They're just too rare to be doing that. So this is an older version, the older label plate. Let's look at those. That's still the octagon. It's still an octagon, so they're not as old as the 20s. So yeah, this right there would have Edison on there. You can barely see it, but yeah, you could look some other videos for that. So I'm trying to. Usually they cover with dirt. They had like they call it Esbeline, but it's basically Vaseline coating, and the dirt would stick to it, and then you can't hardly see. Some of these were made in West Orange. I don't know if you can see that or not. Some in a different area after that factory burned down. See what they say about it. That's a huge price. Now, would they ship it? And the free shipping. Makes you think they're dry. So, item description from the seller. One of the cells has been cut along the metal can lip, so cell stack could be removed and turned into a display of the intricate pocket plate structure and is missing the wooden enclosure. This website has some information on these early 1900s cell made which are still in service. Well, probably should look at some of my videos. Yeah, so anyway, you can get them and they're expensive. This cell would probably be fine. This you could probably, with some skill, I don't know. It's hard to say because once you start taking them apart, it's like you're asking for all kinds of issues. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is copy these photos and things like that. I'll do that here. But there's your pocket plates. So there, you see what it looks like. You don't gotta open it anymore, okay? Alright, so I'm gonna cut this video off here. We can look at this fan real quick, this Edison fan. They're kind of rare. They have it running off of a what looks to be maybe a display type. Is that really 6 volts? Maybe. But Edison made other batteries besides nickel iron. Those are some of his later inventions with nickel iron. Oh, there's a video to it. That's cool. So yeah, it's a lot of money for a fan. $10,000. Goodness sakes, it's out of my price range. Look at the coils on that thing. Yeah, it's a primary battery. Yeah. He'd sell the plates. And after the plates went to crap, he'd buy some more plates. Ooh, you guys got a whole collection. Wow. Well, 10 grand a fan, that's about 100 grand's worth of fans right there. There's a video. Should I turn up the volume? We'll play it. We'll start that from the beginning. Yeah, this is about as close as I'll get to a real Edison fan. Those prices, holy smokes. Yeah, don't get your fingers caught up in there. It's a really nice filigree and stuff like that. It's very fancy. You get it? Fancy? Haha. Actually getting the run off of that. Wow. Well, unless there's like a hidden battery inside there. No, that's, yeah. See, there's a power supply right there in the back. Yeah, I don't think that cell is 6 volts. Just off the top of my head, could be. I don't know. I gotta look back at my records. He's running it off a power supply. It's more or less a museum display. For that kind of price, you won't want to run it. Imagine if it breaks. So that's kind of cool. Well, I'll show the contact if you want to buy it. Oh, here's a Sterling fan right there. Those are fascinating. Also, pretty expensive. Although that one's not as expensive as some other ones I've seen. Okay, I'll read this to you. Item description from the seller. My dad, J. Lloyd Davis, was an avid antique electric fan collector until his passing in 2011. At the end of 2019, I auctioned off a large portion of his 30-year fan collection on eBay. At that time, I personally packed and shipped 135 fans worldwide. I also have been a long-time buyer-seller on eBay and have a 100% feedback rating. Oh boy, keeps going. Well, look, that's why you like my channel, right? Because I read stuff for you. The 135 plus fans I auctioned and sold in 2019 were only a portion of my dad's antique electric fan collection. There are many high-quality fans left in the collection. I will be auctioning a very large portion of the remaining collection on eBay at this time. The plan is to list 5 to 7 fans every week for sale. Buyers within the continental U.S. will be responsible for the shipping costs, will be sent via FedEx ground. If the total cost of purchase exceeds $500, will be a signature required as per FedEx regulations. Local pickup available on request. There's some stuff for outside the U.S. Oh dear. Okay. We will not ship the item overseas. Yeah, that's what basically. I hope that everyone can get a fan that they will enjoy as much as my dad did. You're buying a super rare Edison 9-inch 6BB/BC C-frame bipolar 6-volt DC antique battery fan, circa 1895. This is the earliest model Edison C-frame, featuring a 6-wing brass blade and a bird or basket style cage, and early original cast brass Edison Manufacturing Co. motor tag. Also unique to the earliest C-frames are the 6-pole motor versus 12-pole motor found on later Edison C-frames. As a result, this fan operates at 6-volt DC, whereas later C-frame models needed only 3 volts DC to operate. The 6-wing brass blade is also a precise replica made by either Nick Lewis or Alan Williams, who are both well known in the antique fan collector community for their outstanding work. The brass birdcage is a precise replica made by Nick Lewis. The field coils and motor windings are all in excellent original condition. The fan has Azural paint and also ornate, decorative, and hand-painted motif, typical of the early Model C frames, and are both in excellent condition for a fan of this old. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Also includes the Type Q battery jar, circa 1900, with Edison trademark logo signature on the lid, and Edison special battery oil model. The oil and cork for the bottle are new. The battery oil was placed on top of the chemical solution of the battery jar to prevent evaporation and creeping salts from forming on the inside of the jar, so that would degrade the battery capacity. The only thing we did to this fan was oil it before shooting the video, and it runs great on 6-volt DC. An excellent original condition example of the super rare fan that will be stunning and important addition to an early electric fan collection. See video and photos. This listing is for one fan only. The last photo is meant to honor my dad, as it shows him enjoying a handful of his antique fans. I describe each fan to the best of my ability. However, I'm not a fan expert, nor am I an electrician. It's possible that parts, cages, blades, etc. may not be those that were originally on the fan when it was manufactured. However, I researched most of these fans using the AFCA website and other respective websites, and will disclose the information I've learned in my research about each fan. He's a fan. Fantastic. The fans that I am listing here are antiques that range in age from 70 to 130 years old. It's reasonable to assume that the cords, plugs, etc. may not be perfect on every fan I list, and that some may even need to be replaced. Use the zoom option to examine my many detailed photos and make your own determination regarding condition. When I identify a fan size 8, 9, and 10, 12 inch in my listings, this is based on a measurement across the blades from tip of the fan, tip of the blade tip, from the tip of the blade to tip of the blade. I test the blades and cage in each fan that I will list with a magnet. If the magnet doesn't stick to the blades or cage, then I believe that these are brass. If the magnet does stick to the blades or cage, then I assume these are steel. If you have any specific questions about the fan that I have not covered in this listing or do not clear in the photos, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer them. Buyer to pay within 48 hours of the end of the auction. I will carefully pack and ship each fan. Most fans will require partial assembly prior to shipping to prevent damage. eBay feedback is appreciated, and I'm always going to reciprocate. Yeah. So this, you can really get in the weeds with Edison stuff, I'll tell you. Here, let's end up looking at this Sterling fan. It's probably a replica. If there's two of them. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably a replica. Yeah, it's a reproduction. Yeah, India and Pakistan make sterling still, based on the British design. That's probably what's going on here. Yeah, pretty ornate. They're really going to town. Okay, well, that's the end of this. Thought we look at Edison Batteries, and now we're in sterling land. So anyway, hope you learned something. Thanks, bye.